I'm ready.
Call the Town of Gaston regular meeting for January 8th, 2026 into session at 6 p.m. Please rise for Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call of officials, please.
Brett,
Present.
Robert,
Present.
Tina,
Present.
Okay. We have no guest speakers this month. So move on to approval of minutes. The only minutes that I saw were the December 23rd, 2025 minutes. Were there any corrections that needed to be made to those?
Mr. President, I see where it says Brett makes a motion to take requests off the table. That request was for the Brandon Petro property. Also, where it says Brett makes a motion to pass signing of the letter from Mr. Petro to combine the properties. I think in that motion, we agreed to do the signing with the approval of the attorney.
Mhm.
Down at the bottom there where it says Brett makes a motion to approve grant 2026, that was actually an invoice for grant writing. For $2,000. We were
Yes.
paying the invoice for grant writing,
Right.
not for an actual grant. Down where it says Brett makes a motion first reading by title only for the salary ordinance. I read that, if you remember correctly, in its entirety. The first reading was in its entirety of the salary ordinance. And last but not least, it says Brett makes a motion for second reading by title only of the ordinance 2026-01. Robert seconds and all ayes. Then it says Brett makes a motion to adopt. Prior to you making a motion to adopt, you made a motion to suspend the rules and adopt. And that's all the corrections I see.
Seeing no other corrections, I would accept the motion.
Make a motion to accept the Town of Gaston special meeting for December 23, 2025 minutes with corrections as stated.
Second.
Motion on the table. Please take roll call.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on to committee reports. Plan Commission and Zoning have no updates at this time.
Mr. President, on the parks, first, I think it's time for us to vote for the liaisons for those committees. Also, Parks is going to be having their shoe pickup supposedly Tuesday.
Okay.
So anybody that wants to help, I think they said they had like 100 bags. They want them there at 2:30. Supposedly, once those shoes are all taken to their location, then the Parks Board would receive a check for $1,000 to go towards any kind of park updates. Unfortunately, at this time, we don't have what I would consider an active board. And I'd like to see if Robert would like to be the liaison for 2026 over parks.
And it'd be over the park.
You'd run the Parks Board.
Can I have some time to think about that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I just know that, I mean, I have no problem doing it. I just think that if we rotate through those and give him the opportunity, and then I need to focus on a lot of things in the police department this time. So if you don't, I
Yeah, I'm
understand,
strongly
but
thinking about it.
but I want you to think about it and consider it.
When would this start?
The meeting that the president appoints you to it.
Yeah, it's next week.
We can talk about it. That's very fine with me.
I want to talk to the wife and stuff like that.
Okay. Moving on to old business. I've got annexation. Traci, we got anything?
I did get an email on it. Michael with Reedy Financial. He's been out very sick. So he sent me the paperwork at the beginning of the week and he's not been back. We did find an issue with what he presented us. So they're asking Reedy's if they don't care who, me, you, and probably Brad Carmen to be in like a phone call situation with them to make sure they have everything correct on that paperwork.
Okay.
So if I can get a hold of Brad and see if there's a time
Yeah.
to get forward. Other than that, that's one little, they had a section in there and they have that wrong.
Okay.
And they want to make sure it's correct before we move forward.
Okay.
So,
Mr. President.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like, if you guys are gonna have a conference call, I noticed that bill for that financial physical paper is roughly $1,400. The piece of property that's wanting to be annexed is less than an acre. I would like to know if the town of Gaston can recoup any of those costs from Mr. Carmen or the potential people, the property owners. That's quite costly for the town for something that's not going to bring in that kind of tax revenue.
Mhm.
If we were talking the 24 acres that was stated, I would be asking this question. But we also need to know in the future, if we have people that want to voluntarily annex, how the town can recoup the cost for that annexation rather than never being able to recoup it with the tax revenue that's going to come in.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
yeah, we can table that.
So I'd accept a motion to table that until a future date.
And make a motion to table the annexation for further review.
Second.
Motion with a second, please take roll call.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. Next thing I had under old business was website, just an update on that and your thoughts.
Okay, so the website's ready.
Okay.
We're waiting on the in.gov emails because the emails will all shoot to the website because that's where it'll be. I have gotten a couple of emails from that website. But it's ready to go. We're waiting on that. So once we get the in.gov going, then it's all going to go forward.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
the website's ready.
I want to thank you for all the hard work you did on that, by the way, too. I know it took a lot of time, so.
You're
so thank
welcome.
you.
So remind me what our holdup is with the in.gov emails.
Okay, so the holdup is the domain.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to, the town of Gaston has a domain that's called townofgaston.com. Okay, so I've been working with the IT department for months since last April. And so what we've come down to is to keep our emails, the ones that you guys use, I don't use it, but the ones you guys use. The best thing that we can do is we are going to move the emails to Outlook data,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to export them out of there into the emails for the in.gov. Once we do that, the townofgaston.com emails will have no access. Okay, you will be able to look at them through the Outlook, but you won't be able to access townofgaston.com.
So we won't be able to send any emails from those particular addresses.
Correct. And
Because
no one
we'd be
can
sending
email
them-
those.
Because we'd be sending them from the in.gov
Correct.
emails. Okay.
And so we got a quote on that to purchase a domain,
Mm-hmm.
and they're suggesting that we just get our own domain and move forward.
Okay.
And if you have any questions and you want to talk to David, he said by all means call him.
Okay.
He is out tomorrow, I know, but he'll be back on Monday. If any of you have questions.
Okay.
Tech world is not my area.
So,
Yeah, my only question would be, in future audits, if we lose access to our previous emails that's in that previous domain, then how,
So what they're saying is they'll export those emails so that we have access to them to read them. We just can't we can't send emails from those accounts.
but don't we have to purchase the domain to be able to still get those sent over?
No,
Yeah.
because they're pulling them out of, is that correct?
yes, they're going to be going to this Outlook and
Even if we
getting a
don't purchase,
domain.
even if we don't purchase the domain? I thought we had to purchase the domain or we lost access to all of our old emails. I thought if we purchased.
No, we
Okay.
can export them into the new Outlook that they're going to be using for the in.gov. They'll be in that. You'll be able to look at them from there.
We'll have a new email, but we'll be able to see our old ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I thought he said we had to purchase the domain. That's why he recommended that we purchase the domain, and that's why we reached out for it. As long as we can have access to our old emails, I'm fine.
Yeah,
My
he
question
said,
was being able to have access to the old emails
he said the emails will be in the Outlook data export, and then you will be able to go see them through your in.gov emails.
without purchasing the domain.
That's what I got. If you have any questions, you will need to
I'm
contact
fine
David.
with that, but the interpretation that I got why we reached
I am
out to the
kind of
company-
leaving it with David and them at this point because they're the ones that know the IT department. I don't. You
Yeah.
know,
As long as I can get my old emails, I'm fine, but my interpretation was that the only way that we would have
We're gonna-
access to those is if we bought the domain.
we already have a domain
So.
with the municipalimpact.com on the website. So if we want the problem is getting the in.gov and getting that set up and going.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as they can export my emails, then I don't see spending the money.
You want to make a motion?
I don't know what you wanted me to motion for until until I have.
Basically to move forward with, we're going to do it anyway.
Well, we gotta do it.
I'd entertain a motion to move forward with the domain, getting our own domain for the town of Gaston emails for the town and the police department, and not purchasing the previous domain as long as our emails can be transferred over to the new domain.
Second.
A motion and a second. Please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Aye. Anything else in old business?
I don't think I have anything.
I think this is old business because it was from the last meeting. Somebody approached me. It was about the lots over there turning into one. You know how we passed it in a special meeting?
Yeah.
He said he hasn't received anything. I said it was in the, we did, but he said he hasn't received anything. So I was just wondering
Okay.
if he's supposed to receive something.
Clerk will follow up on that.
Yeah. I'll look on that. I did assure him that we took care of it, but
The only question, Mr. President, I would have in old business is if we got any updates on the ordinance for establishing utility rates.
I have not.
Anything else in old business?
not over here.
Moving on to new business. Traci? We've got a couple of things we need to do.
Yeah, we have a resolution to transfer funds. It is for the town to be able to transfer up to $38,122 into the rainy day fund. And we do that. You're allowed to do that at the end of every year.
Okay.
It's up to whatever your budget amount was, so.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and read the resolution in full. Resolution 2026-02, transfer from fund to fund. Whereas the Gaston Town Council wishes to set in motion the following changes to the fund report. Whereas the Gaston Town Council motions to transfer up to $38,122 of the 2025 budget to the rainy day fund. Now therefore be it ordained by the Town of Gaston Council of the Town of Gaston, Indiana. This resolution will have no provisions of any other funds. This resolution will take effect immediately upon the adoption on this blank day of January 2026, passed and adopted by the Gaston Town Council of the Town of Gaston, Indiana on blank day, January 2026. Council, any questions?
No questions.
Okay. I would accept a motion for,
Can I say it real quick? And what's the amount again? I just need to see the amount. Okay. I'll make a motion to pass the resolution 2026-02 to transfer $38,122 to the rainy day fund.
Up to 30.
Up to $38,122 to the rainy day fund.
I'll second the motion on resolution 2026-02.
have a motion and a second. Please take
Katina,
roll call.
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye. Do you have anything else?
I have the advanced signs, the sign we ordered.
Mhm.
Obviously it's not here and they're not gonna put it up till April. So we will need to encumber the dollar amount of $9,781.80. And part of that comes from the police K-9 and the general fund. And then we'll do the one for the attorney also.
Okay.
What's encumber mean?
The money in the 2025 budget will move over because we have an invoice for 2025. It's not, the product isn't finished yet. So we move it over into 2026. And then when it's finished, we'll pay for it when it's done.
Which is part of that resolution that she just did.
I was just wondering what the word meant, so I could
You want to do it or you want me to?
please.
Make a motion to encumber $9,781.80 from the 2025 budget from police K-9 and general to cover in the 2026 bill for the advanced signs and graphics.
Second that.
Motion with a second, please take a roll call.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
I also would make a motion to encumber $7,570.22 out of the line item for the attorney from the 2025 budget into 2026.
Second that.
Motion with a second, please take a roll call.
and note those will go towards Reedy Financial
Yeah, I wasn't sure. if it was
invoices for 2025.
So for, okay. Amend the ordinance, or amend that motion to state that those funds would be going to pay for Reedy Financial.
Second.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
yeah, just later over there. It's fine. And you got the quotes from Snyder today? Okay.
Figured I'd cover those in the department.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing that I have on the agenda is that we need to open the bid packets for the CCMG project.
It'd be my recommendation to wait till 6:30 as that's what was publicated.
Okay. Then we'll move on to leak adjustments.
Is it only two of those?
Sorry.
I'm showing 3. Yeah, I know we only got 2.
I think one came in today.
Okay. So the first one is for account 201-53003. Showing the request has been signed. There's a receipt from On the Market Remodeling.
Does that sound right? Just as cash. Hold on.
I don't know that it meets the gallon requirement for the ordinance.
I didn't see where the receipt for payment, I showed a receipt for payment to a remodeling company.
Mhm.
I didn't see an explanation of the leak and the repair,
Right.
nor did I see that it met the 2,000 gallon ordinance requirement. And the deputy clerk has also noted that she did not see the difference in the water.
And I've never, I don't know if it is, but I've never seen a receipt.
It's an online payment, but
online.
it
Is that what it is?
doesn't
It's a
really show
credit card
explanation of the
payment, yeah.
repair.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I'd accept the motion.
To decline it? Okay. Make a motion to decline the leak adjustment account number 201-53003.
Second that motion, noting it doesn't meet the ordinance requirement.
I have a motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. We're going to put it back.
Oh, yeah, put it back in there. Sorry.
Oh,
No, that's one too.
it is.
The second one.
The next one that I have is a rollover from last month, and that's for account 301-26000. And that does look like it's a carryover from last month's adjustment.
I'd motion to accept the final leak adjustment for account number 30126,000. As it meets all the requirements in the ordinance, but this would be the final adjustment for that leak.
Second thought?
Motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Outside faucet behind house froze. Oh, that's on Washington Street. So they were on vacation. And Ray had me call them because they had a big leak and they went down and fixed it. Had someone go down and fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were on vacation when I called them.
But we don't have any of their
Yeah.
paperwork showing whether they went over.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be way over. Didn't they use a bunch of gallonage? Yeah. So, I probably didn't get to that. Or Lisa didn't, but I do know it's going to be over.
Okay.
I can't remember how many gallons. I can probably look, but,
Can you approve it on contingent that it's,
or you can just save it for next month.
I would recommend tabling it until next month.
Okay.
can I see it so I can see the numbers?
There are no numbers.
Yeah, just let me see what I can
Just-
do here.
306
This,
Washington.
table the resident, the address.
Okay.
So we get
I make a motion to table the leak adjustment until we get the proper documents. Address 306 South Washington Street, Gaston, Indiana.
second.
Motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. Go ahead and move on to the claim voucher. Council, did everybody have an opportunity to review the voucher that was presented?
I have, and I was able to match with the deputy. My only question, and I've had this question before, is with our John Deere card, which I believe is for what's this?
Rural King.
Rural King. It doesn't really show us, it says the bill is like $1,700. and I'm sure it's just cut off. But it only showed like $370, and it looked like it appeared to be $371.84 clothing with a $62.99 discount. I'm assuming that one of the employees purchased out of the $300 clothing allowance.
Which part are you needing? Just part,
Oh, so somebody use that card to get their, what's their card? Oh, their clothing.
Just some
See, the bill
clarification,
says
do we know?
1725.31, but what I'm seeing down here has it continue. All I'm seeing is a purchase for $371.84. And then you have all these, and it looks like clothing. And then you have a $62.99 discount. So I was wondering if the bill shows more.
It does. So it appears that there's more than, let's see, we have one purchase for clothing, two purchases for clothing for two separate individuals. And then we've got ice melt that makes up the balance of that.
So we have one in utilities and one in streets that's purchasing uniforms there.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
And then we just keep track of them. They're $300 like we did with the police. Okay. Yeah, mine just says continue.
Yeah.
That was the only question I had.
Okay. I did have a question on the utility supply bill. That was for $3,100. Ray, can you help enlighten me on that?
That is for the 4-inch hydrant that I ordered at the same time that I ordered the 6-inch, which was on the last invoice at the last meeting.
Okay.
And the 4-inch just came in 2 days ago.
Okay. Okay.
It was back ordered.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
I didn't see none.
Okay. I would accept a motion.
Make a motion to accept the town of Gaston's accounts payable voucher for January 2026 in the sum of $15,899.09.
Second.
Subject to audit, I'm sorry.
Motion with a second. Please take a roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. Moving on to the APV.
Is there something?
Mhm.
Oh, Have we got any updates on any of the damage that was done? And we're trying to recoup any of our funds from that?
I got all of the pictures, I think, together, and the invoices are ready, and I'm gonna be calling. I've been working on year end and stuff,
Right.
so
Well, I see that we got it all paid, so I just wondered if we recouped anything.
and I feel like there was something else we needed, but I'll have to read my notes.
Motion to accept the claim docket as presented, subject to audit.
Second.
A motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. Okay. Since we're past the 6:30 p.m. deadline, we're going to go ahead and open the bids for the CCMG project that we received. The first one is from Brooks Construction Company.
Exciting.
We have a bid bond. We have an itemized proposal for 2026-01 Gaston Road projects. With a grand total of $77,705.
It's up there, bed.
Mhm. $77,705.
Is that the name of the company?
No, that's the bid bond that they're required to
Go for.
provide.
Oh, it's right here. Okay.
I just need the dollar now. 77,705.
Okay. Next one is from DC Construction Services out of Pendleton. This appears to be in the amount of $65,250.
No, DC Construction.
And it's DC Construction.
Are they who done our last one?
Mhm. You want to see?
You don't want me to sit and go through every one right now.
And the final one that was presented was from E&D Paving Company. That would be in the amount of $88,396.
88,396.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the name of the first one again?
Brooks.
Council, I would take the recommendations.
Make a motion to take all three under
Oh.
advisement.
Okay.
To refer to, for further review and legal counsel.
Second that.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Mr. Berry?
Yeah, Brett, did we ever follow through with Matthews and see who did that and what their bid price was? That project?
I don't know that we ever heard that information, no. I do know that they did do a CCMG grant for that. Not sure where all of their funding came from. But our match is what we're able to pay. And so that's what our CCMG is. That's what our grant was based off of. Because each time you do those, you have to have a match for that amount for the amount required, which is, I think it's an 80-20 match.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, all we have the 20% that we need to finish out.
Okay.
And then the rest of it would come from
I
the
gave
state.
all that information at the last meeting. I'd have to look it all up.
I was
Again.
in 23rd meeting.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't able to.
Mr. President, I motioned and it passed to take that under advisement. What I need to know is if there's an award date on that, or can we make that decision in February, or do we need to have a special meeting prior to? Do we have a time frame that we have to give that award date?
he didn't tell me that. Jacob's the one working on it, so I can call him.
Okay.
So you'll let us know if we have to have a meeting prior to February.
Talk to
I'm gonna find that out for you. I just messaged somebody from over there.
to attorney for.
I'm just out. Was your question like how much did they have to come up with?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just curious who they used and what they had to come up with.
Brooks did the work.
It was like $180,000.
Oh, really?
I've got it all. If you just give me time to look for it.
Okay. Next thing I have is we received an email from the Gaston Volunteer Fire Department. This is dated December the 30th, 2025. Dear council members of the town of Gaston, greetings on this near conclusion of 2025. We at the Gaston Fire Department hope we find you well and excited to see 2026 enter with new energy as we have to make Gaston a better community for everyone. We at the Gaston Fire EMS have had a very busy year with approximately 950 dispatches since 1/1/25 and are very proud to continue to serve the town of Gaston to the uttermost with top quality service, caring, and giving for many years to come. In doing an internal system audit of performance on equipment, we've noticed the utilization of the equipment that you so graciously provided, including our thermal imaging system, LifePak cardiac monitor, which has assisted in multiple life-saving cardiac emergencies, as well as our Lucas 3.1 device used in conjunction with the monitor equipment to assist in a standard of care, advancing us forward with our efforts to assist in a healthy community. After consulting with Chief Story of our agency, we would like to proceed forward with a new project in conjunction with Stryker Medical, the provider of our last two products, called a power load system. This system will be installed by a Stryker authorized provider into the patient compartment of our primary ambulance to assist in the safe loading and unloading of our ambulance stretcher and to minimize the risk to our staff and crews, thus lowering and reducing risk for injury, costing time off work, surgeries, doctor visits, and possible disabilities. As in our previous agreements, if granted, we agree not to sell, trade, or remove from inventory of Gaston Volunteer Fire Department Incorporated this device nor its accessories without the approval of the unanimous authorization in writing by the Town of Gaston Council. Please find our provided literature attached to video of operations and explanations of product. Our formal request would be for funding of this project for the amount total of $15,302. This would include the listed product, including installation with installation warranty into our current vehicle and product warranty. We have in hand $1,000 that was provided by a private donor who shall remain anonymous at their request, which shall be presented to the town council as supplementary funding for a grand total of $16,302. This amount would be due to Stryker Medical 20 days after delivery of product to your office. Nothing on this request shall be ordered nor purchased unless approved by the council. I, Jack Fraga, firefighter EMT of the Gaston Volunteer Fire Department, am authorized to prepare this document and contents by Chief Andrew Story of said fire department, requesting approval for assistance by the council. Council, do you have questions, comments?
Public safety is my utmost priority, and working with the fire department over the years, I intend for that we continue to do what we can. The cumulative fund that we set up is only going to bring in approximately like 6,000 this year.
2.
6 over the next 3.
It's 2, 3, then 6.
I did reach out to both trustees. As the previous president of the council, we met yearly, and we have a great working relationship, and I hope that you'll continue that. And I spoke with the trustee of Harrison Township. They purchased in 2025 11 sets of gear, hats, pants, jackets, gloves, etc., totaling $39,870.95 out of their cum fund. They have not purchased anything yet for 2026. Of course, we're just a week into it. And Washington Township has not purchased anything yet at this time. I know they were working with Chief Story on what they could purchase. I see a need in having assistance and lifting. My question would be the funding.
Yeah, and that's where my question comes in, is, coming up with that kind of funding.
I didn't know if it would be something that we could try to work with Washington Township and maybe split it, or if you guys had a need for what Washington Township was going to purchase for something else.
Ma'am, I cannot speak on behalf of Chief Story in that manner. I know he is in communication with both township trustees and your organization as well. I'm not sure what the respective projects are with Washington Township, and as stated in the memo, Harrison Township has not contributed any funding towards any project to my knowledge.
Not in 2026.
Not in 2026.
So,
Assume
and
we'll do it anyways.
I have the numbers written down. I mean, their cumulative fund, of course, is bringing in more, but
I think
as
I
you,
might have misspoke. I meant Washington.
right, as you can see, Harrison spent almost 40,000 in 2025. I would like to further review our financials if we're going to be moving some money from 2025 into 2026. I wouldn't want to say no. I would want to have a full disclosure of our finances, and also speak with, maybe you speak with Mr. Story and see if it would be something that we could split the costs with the Washington Township, or if he had other obligations, because I see the need for this.
Yeah.
Because it's not only a safety standpoint for the patient, it's also for the staffing over there. So I'd like for us to look into it more, and maybe you speak with Mr. Story and see if maybe it's something that we can collaborate with the townships to pay until some of our funds start coming in. I know Stryker likes to get moving, and we like to get it done. So if we needed to have a special meeting, I would be up for that also. I just really don't feel like it's something we should just turn our backs on and say no until we can prove that financially we can assist.
And they were trying to come up with 15,302.
Yes.
And that's for not just one thing though, it was for 3 items.
What that is for, sir, is for the installation of the device by a Stryker authorized contractor.
Oh, okay, so all that was,
And if you notice the quotes on there, I did not have the authority to request quotes on behalf of the town of Gaston.
yeah,
Those quotes are done by the fire department, and with a phone call to the Stryker representative, Zach Jordan, those quotes would be reassigned to, if it were considered, to the town of Gaston in the form of an invoice versus a quote.
okay.
Because I believe Ms. Pittenger said that you guys cannot pay off of a quote, you had to pay from an invoice. Is that correct?
Yes.
We
So
would,
that
yes.
would have to be transferred over to a quote request from the town of Gaston, which is raise our name, it's your name, and that agreement would still be binding. And I may elaborate on something else too. A question kind of arose, we were contacted by Mr. Jordan from Stryker, and we talk a lot. We do follow-ups on our products, which are fantastic. And he said, Jack, I've got some refurbished units that came in for that price. And they are completely gone through. Everything basically replaced on the inside. Everything basically replaced on the outside to make it functioning. A brand new one of these units is approximately $45,000. We have the opportunity to get one for this price. And it was like way in December when we were contacted about it. I wish we could have been contacted earlier in the year. These don't come up too often.
So let me ask you this, with it being a refurbished unit, and you may have clarified it here and I just overlooked it. What kind of warranty would be
It
with
does
it?
come with a full factory warranty. If anything happens, we call Stryker, they come and fix it.
Okay, and let's say, heaven forbid, that you have to replace your ambulance. Is it totally transferable from
Yes,
one
ma'am.
unit to the next?
Yes, ma'am. What they do is they have the installer come,
Yeah, correct.
professionally take it out, professionally install it into the new unit of the new ambulance, and we're back to square again.
I'm sure it's a small fee to do that, but and I had a question for you. You said somebody donated $1,000 already, correct?
Yes, sir.
The price is you were asked for $15,302. Does that mean you're actually need
So we would,
14,000?
well,
No,
16th.
it's, the full price is 16.
Okay, that's
so what
right.
we would do, we transfer that $1,000 that we have in hold, specifically earmarked for this project, to the town of Gaston. And then your clerk would then distribute the funds to Stryker for the 16,304. We would kick in $1,000 on the project. If that's legal to do that, can we do that?
Yeah, it'd probably be just as easy for you to write your check because it came to you, and then we would write what it is from us.
So it'd be a two-part payment then?
Yeah,
I'm sure we could do. I could talk to our treasurer,
yeah.
and I'm sure he would not have an issue with doing that at all.
Okay.
We didn't know if it might be easier to just cut one check, send our money to you for this project, earmarked as a copay on it. I didn't know if we could legally do that or not.
Yeah, I'll have to look.
And all that is tax exempt price.
So I think what you're trying to tell me there is it's not something that you want to set on because the potential of it being sold to someone else could happen.
Yes, ma'am. Now,
So,
we do have one unit held. And I said, this has to go through the hoops. It has to go through the procedures of the town council, and everything like that. He says, hold you one. That price quote is good for 90 days.
Okay.
From the date of the issue of the quote that you have.
Yeah, when did he give that to you?
It should be listed on there, so the information you can receive in the email.
12/9/2025 looks like.
That's when it was issued, and it should be 3 months out in 2026.
Yeah, so we got 2
Other
months.
than, it looks like the quote that you got from Earl's is dated 12/9, but the quote from Stryker is, has a quote date of 12/30/2025 with an expiration date of 3/30/2026.
No, the quote from Earl's, I just haven't been able to get a hold of him yet. It's gonna be the same price.
Okay.
It's not gonna be going up any. I can receive an updated quote from Earl's. Earl is a gentleman that used to work for Stryker Medical, actually Pittenger ambulance providership. They are a dealership that sells Braun ambulances. And he is a long-time provider for services for them. And he is a factory authorized Stryker service center. And he has done multiple installations for multiple departments around the area. And also my follow-up that and we're not wanting one just because everybody else has one. All the new trucks from Delaware County EMS are specified with this device in it when they build them.
Right.
The township over in Somerville, they just had one put in. And Earl's did their installation. Very professional, very accurate and timely.
How much weight can I lift up?
700 pounds, sir. That's not counting, it will lift a 700-pound patient, which is what our current ambulance cot is rated at. And it's under, we keep a service plan on it because we own it. If you would have the necessity to apply a 700-pound individual to that cot, it has the structural capability to lift, warranted out, a 700-pound person. This lift, I don't know if you guys got the chance to review the videos that was included in the emails.
I saw a picture.
I do have one of those if you guys would like to see it. I'll make it a necessity
Not
if you
at
guys
this
like to see it. Basically what it does, it locks into the truck. The arms that come down lift underneath the body of it. And then you just push a button here. The wheels come up. The body of it raises up. You push it in the truck. When you get ready to unload, you do the exact reverse. It brings it out. The legs come down to the ground level, and you do no lifting.
Okay.
The only time that you would be doing a lift of any kind is if the device happened to have a failure. That's
I
the
was gonna say
backup
putting them
system.
on it, but
That's the backup system. And they all have to have a backup system because you can't get somebody stuck in the truck. So with 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, yeah, we can do a 700-pound patient. We'd all be in surgery the next week, but we can
for
individually
some
do
days.
it. Yeah.
So council, I would recommend tabling this until I have the opportunity to have conversations with the Washington Township trustee and Chief Story about potentially options, how we can potentially split this cost.
Make a motion to table the fire department project for the CPO power loaded and upgrade kit and installation for further financial review and update from township trustees.
Second.
Motion with a second, please take a roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Hi.
Aye. Okay, I'll follow up with the township trustee and I'll get in touch with Chief Story.
Okay. If you have any further questions of me, you have my phone number.
Yep.
Thank you, folks. Have a good night.
Appreciate you.
You too.
Thank you for all you guys do.
Yep. I'm saving lives.
Right, here in the report, we did 949 responses in 2025.
How many?
949. This year, we're up to 18 already.
Oh, 18 already.
18 already since January 1.
All right.
It's gonna be another busy year.
Yep.
Thank you for your support in our
Thank
department.
you.
Thank you, guys.
How many 700-pound patients do you have?
Biggest one I ever did was 694 pounds.
So you might need it at one
She
time.
weighed at the hospital 694 pounds, and we was a 2-man truck.
Council, moving on to department reports. Don't see PD.
Mr. Barber,
Yeah.
you ready to do your report?
Your turn.
So let me ask you this, is this town paid? Okay. Give that to the clerk each month. But she needs to know that you're paying. You just lay it on her desk if you don't mind. Thank you.
How you doing, sir? Good evening, council.
Evening.
Deputy Chief Allen, Gaston Police Department. I'd like to start by saying congratulations, sir, on taking over as president this year. I hope you have a good year.
Thank you.
Okay, our monthly report. Starting with officer hours, Chief Barber had 192. Deputy Chief Allen had 91 due to the way the holidays worked. Captain Rastakis had 21.25. Lieutenant Jarrett had 12. Sergeant Brown had 35.25 hours. Officer Denny had 0. He turned in his return to work slip last night. He is able to come back to work.
Okay.
Officer Best had 13. Officer Harris had 24. Officer Mitchell is turning in a resignation. He is moving out of state. Officer Carmen had 0. We had 0 training or we had no training for the month of December due to the holidays and everything that went on. We have 373.5 patrol hours, 2 hours for department meeting for a total of 375.5 hours. We did 6 security checks, 53 runs, 14 standbys for a total of 73 runs for the month. I apologize. The total fuel miles are skewed because I didn't have the mileage for the chief's vehicle. The total fuel usage was 122.86 gallons for the month, and we patrolled 1,147 miles.
And Mr. President, one thing I want to work on in 2026 is to get a vehicle policy in place for employees who have town vehicle, take-home vehicles.
Okay.
For just police or in all departments?
We'll need to do it for all departments if we're going to allow the take-home vehicles by the IC code. Do we have a list of the properties that's been given their first notice for the new ordinance on nuisance?
I cannot answer that question. I do not.
Can you answer that, Mr. Barber?
No,
How many have you given out at this time?
none yet.
When do you plan to work on that?
Next week.
I ask as of by Friday that you email the documents, copies of the documents to all council, please. Thank you.
This Friday or next Friday.
Well, he says he's gonna work on it next week, so it'll be next Friday.
I'm sorry.
I talked with some of the spouses on the police officers, and we're going to, unless you guys have any other idea, we're gonna do the Easter egg hunt since the Parks Board's not totally functioning at this time. If you're okay with that, then we'll just take over the Easter egg hunt for 2026. Are you fine with that?
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll need to set a date for that. I've talked to Nancy and Kim, probably follow up with them and get more information. Starting with January 31st, I will come to the office and review. I can either come to the office and review the reserved time cards since you keep them back there, or you can scan them at the end of the month and send them to all council. Which way would you like to do that?
Scanning will be a lot easier.
So on the last day of the month, you'll scan all reserved time cards to all 3 council?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, something else to do.
You'll have to remind me.
I don't have any other questions for police.
Okay.
Let me go for streets.
Do you have any questions for police?
No.
You said you don't need to buy anything, right?
On that. Early in the year.
All the vehicles are in good shape. Oh, did the truck get an oil change?
I'm gonna call tomorrow about it. I just got the car back this week. I'll take and drop it off on Friday.
When you gonna drop it off?
I'll schedule a meeting thing for tomorrow, so I'll let you know when it is.
Hey, text me tomorrow and let me know, please.
I did have a question.
Yes.
Concerning funds. Last year, I don't remember, October, or November, we were allocated funds for body cam attachments for our vests. Is there a chance that we can get that and I can get them ordered? I don't remember the amount. I think it was $150. Do you remember?
Say that again. He didn't want.
I remember we approved
Body
it.
attachment. I think it was $150 we got.
I don't remember.
I don't
Do
remember.
you?
I don't recall.
I've never seen anything actually on it.
Well, we approached the council and.
We got approved it. I remember
They
that.
approved it.
Yeah.
But we wasn't able to get them ordered, and at the December meeting, we were asked if we could wait until.
Yeah, just go ahead and
So it's gonna need to come out of 2026. funds.
yeah,
All right.
just go ahead and order. If you have,
If it's under the 200, I would just go ahead and order them under
Yeah.
this
It'll-
ordinance.
Yeah, it'll be.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll make sure that those invoices get to
okay.
You better.
you. Sir.
Thank you, Deputy Chief.
Thank you.
I only had one other question. I apologize. In uniforms. Carl, we're sort of limited. You and I had conversation. Could you get us some pricing for multiple clothing, companies to buy uniforms?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Streets?
Streets, we need cold patch. We're thinking about just go ahead and getting a ton of it,
10 times.
or 10 tons, sorry. Looks like he gave me a price for cold patch for that amount. The tax of it is $1,685. I was saying maybe the tax and everything would just not to exceed 1,800 just in case, because every time they lift that stuff up, if you go get rock and everything, it's give or take. I don't know how cold patch may be, but I don't know if anybody's ever been, but it can go over a little bit when they put it in your truck.
Well, we don't pay tax, but where are you getting that
yeah,
from?
sorry.
IMI?
Yes.
Not tax, but yeah, when they lift it up, they just do it, and then sometimes it can be off a little bit. So maybe not to exceed $1,800.
Will that cold patch go in that manhole down here by the Cardinal Greenway so my husband will quit yelling at me?
I'm hoping so, because my neighbors are yelling about me to me about the other holes as well.
Will that get you through the season?
Yes. Probably gonna do the summer too.
So with our MBH issue, where would you recommend we purchase that out of?
Local Road and Street.
The what?
Local Road and Street.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'd like to make a motion to order some cold patch.
Your tonnage and your amount of tons. How many tons are you buying?
10 times.
10 ton and to not exceed $1,800.
I'll second that motion.
Motion with a second.
Go through quite a bit of it.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
All right.
Brett.
The citizens of the town would disagree with you at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, how early
Council
can you
would
get
too.
that?
I'll have it ordered tomorrow. I'll get it delivered tomorrow.
So when will you start patching?
Monday.
When will you start patching?
Monday.
So you'll be out there with the street employee patching, correct?
Make sure you're wearing an orange vest. And then we also need salt for any more snows that are coming up. He wanted to get a pallet of it. 1 second. And with that, it was, we come back to your question earlier, it was 185,000 they came up with. But for the, 1 second here. So for the salt, it's $8.79 a bag, and there's 64 bags on a skid. I came up with a little over 600 or $550, but I'd like to not exceed 650. So, what do you guys think about getting some of that?
Are we out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are out.
6 bags of
So, okay. I'll make a motion to get a pallet of salt for the roads, to not exceed $650 to come out of local road and streets.
How much you got in local road and street?
Well, it's the beginning of the year.
It's the beginning of
So
the year, so everything that's in
I don't think I ran 2026 yet.
it.
Because I haven't rolled it over yet.
I know what she's doing. I don't know that on me.
If the funds are there, but I
Right.
can't say without looking at it.
I
So,
haven't printed that out because I
I
haven't
would,
rolled it
uh,
over.
Second that motion as long as the funds are available.
Motion with a second.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Good brain fart?
Sorry.
It's all over.
Huh?
I was looking to see if there's anything.
Yeah, no, I haven't out of December yet.
And then, that's all I have. But I do know a lot of people are complaining to me about some potholes. Just,
While we were on the roads, did we discuss some of these subcontractors that did like the cable work and the fixing some of their ill repairs they did?
Yeah, I asked
That's-
that question earlier. She hasn't got a response yet.
yeah, she said she had it all together and everything. She just hasn't gotten a response. She's got all the pictures and everything. Before the meetings, is there any way you can give me like a list of things you will need, like 5 days before the meeting, list of things you need,
Yeah.
list of, some of the big projects you guys did do
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So then when I come to the meeting, I have something to come to the meeting with. All right, cool. That's all I got. You gonna kick in the shin or what?
I do have something for streets.
What's that?
Talking to Jacob. They're doing one call for CCMG this year. So I know we're moving on to this one right now, but we have to be ready for July.
Yeah.
And he's going to be coming in probably this month
Okay.
and going down Sycamore Street and seeing what we can do. So,
I don't know how
Yep.
heavy.
but they're only doing it one time a year now instead of two. So
Okay,
July,
What the
we'll have to be
state?
ready for July.
okay.
Anything else on streets?
That's all I got. You got anything, Carl?
No.
Okay.
Mr. Gillespie. How are you?
I'm fine. The only thing I have is you should have each received 2 quotes for 2 additional fire hydrant installations from Schneider General Contracting LLC. One of them is to replace a fire hydrant on West Elm Street. We have both fire hydrants in stock now. That cost is $3,800 because that requires some street work and some sidewalk replacement. And the other one is inside the intersection of Vine Street and Monroe Street. That fire hydrant is all in a grassy area, so the backfill can, what's dug out can be put back in once the fire hydrant's in and secured.
Okay.
One or both of them may require valves. We won't know that until we get them excavated and exposed. We have the valves
Okay.
and all the connecting hardware to do that. We have all the parts to do both jobs, so. Timeline, I don't know, and as weather permits. So,
questions on those?
Well, I know Snyder General Contract normally does a good job for the town. I have no issues with his work at all. But I do feel like, and we've asked before, I think we need to get some kind of guideline, like from other companies, what they would charge, so we can show that we are saving money, if that makes sense. So I'd like in the future to have like comparison, like a pay chart that shows how much for water leaks or wider hydrant replacement, that kind of stuff, so we can compare. I've had customers asking me, you know, how do you know? I want to give work to our locals. You know, that's our goal. But I also want to be able to say, well, you know, if we hired so-and-so, it would be this much. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So if we could get some kind of pay scale from other companies for in the future, just to refer to for reference, I would appreciate that.
You have any questions regarding the quotes?
I only seen one, so I would like to see.
Here, you can have mine.
So I want that one right there. And this is for both fire hydrants?
Yes, these are both fire hydrant replacements.
These are both fire hydrants right now that are inoperable.
What makes one $800 more?
He explained it. It's,
Yeah,
yes,
because
they have to do sidewalk repair and street repair versus this one here is in
It's in
grassy
grassy.
area.
Gotcha. Oh, I got you. Thank you. Oh, it's for me. Oh, okay, sorry. I'll make a motion to approve Schneider General Contracting LLC to do the fire hydrant replacements, both of them. You make them combine amounts?
You're making me-
And a combined amount of $6,800 for both.
Second that motion.
a motion with a second. Please take a roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. Anything else going on?
I've reached out to Cooley Contracting now twice to come in and run video through our sewer systems and locate all of our taps and our laterals that go to the private properties, and they've yet to get back with me on that.
Okay.
My guess is they're the only one locally that does that.
Yes.
Monopoly.
Well, I seen that one other company that time at Matthews, and I wasn't sure. I think I asked you about it. They were like in transit somewhere else. I don't know if they were coming from the Fort Wayne area.
Now, the other thing I could do is, and I just thought of that now, is contact Commonwealth and see if they have a contractor that they use for that. And then, you know, once we find out the locations, then we can get with another company to do our GIS mapping,
Right.
but we need to know the locations first.
I think it would be worth checking into Commonwealth, and if they're not going to answer, to get out here, because as we got projects coming up and knowing where things are, I would be okay with reaching out to them and see what they would charge us.
Well, and I think, you know, it becomes, at some point it becomes important. You know, we had the incident down on Madison Street where pole got dropped right through a main because we weren't able to sufficiently mark that main, and so we had to eat that cost. So you know, I think this is something that would in the long run would save the taxpayers money by giving us those proper maps so that we know where exactly those taps are, and we can adequately mark them.
Absolutely. We definitely need that mapping, especially if we're, you know, be doing projects and stuff, you know, get it up to date. And when property owners are guessing from the last property owner that told them where something's at to the, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Have you talked to Kelly about that? Checked with her.
And then, you know, a lot of properties have a clean out up around their house, around the property, but there's no guarantee that sewer line runs from there straight out to the street. So, you know, even if I was to guess, there's the same liability goes with an improperly marked
Right.
location.
But yeah, because I imagine mine goes over to the alley probably, and then out to the street. I mean, would be my guess.
It does. I know where yours is at.
Yeah.
The only other thing we got is, during the last 2 weeks, one of our flow meters, the return area sludge flow meter has been acting up. And, it only goes so high and then it freezes and stops reading.
Mhm.
So I've made, an appointment with Grip to come out and look at it on the 15th.
Okay.
There's a possibility that the main unit, the magneter out in the return sludge building, which was original put in 1978, may be failing.
Okay.
Hope not.
Yeah, Ronnie mentioned that to me the other day when I stopped. It must have been Monday when I stopped back there. That it was acting up.
But it started functioning again last night, I noticed, when I went
Okay.
back to my check. But this morning it was froze again.
Bless its heart.
I went outside and I slowed down the flow
Okay.
and it started working again. So I think when the flow gets up to a certain amount, it locks and won't go any higher, it just freezes. So they're going to check to find out why it's doing that. It may just be a simple setting on the flow chart
Okay.
in the main building.
Okay.
And we also, I noticed that none of the lights back in the blower room where the generators are working.
Hmm.
So I've contacted Rex Thomas to come out and look at this, give us a quote to replace those.
Okay.
Because the guy that surfaced the generator 2 weeks ago had to do it in the dark.
That's real safe.
And that's another issue. We had a power failure back there 2 weeks ago. Amp was working on a pole, replaced a pole there at the wastewater plant,
Mm-hmm.
and they cut our power, and the generator didn't start up. So we were without power back there for about 3 hours.
Okay.
Which fortunately was low flow.
Right.
So I called Cummins Cross Point, they came and looked at it, and there was a little small linkage broke on the governor. Since it's a 1978 model as of today, he's still looking for that part. He told me there is an updated governor that could probably be installed on it. But right now it's repaired with zip ties.
Amazing.
What year are the zip ties?
Are those a 2025 version?
Yeah, hopefully.
But it starts up and runs now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Ronnie's doing very well. For the first semester, he got an A. So
Oh,
congratulations to Ronnie.
Yes,
Great job.
definitely.
I must say good.
It's awesome.
Good job.
And it seems to be off to a good start this
Mhm.
with stuff this semester.
And I'm
So.
getting him, we're getting him all registered for this spring conference.
Okay, good.
So he'll be going to it.
Okay, good.
Is he enjoying it?
Yes.
Are you going to the conference too, or just Ronnie?
No, just Ronnie. We can't both be on at the same time.
Are you gonna rebuild them behind me?
Mr. President, the only
Yes, ma'am.
question that I have for water sewage is, has the document been updated with item for the new president? So they'll be contacting you in your email.
Has the document with item been updated with my contact info?
No, not yet.
Yeah, there's
We'll
a
probably
form
want to do that.
that you'll need to sign.
They will be sending me, it's called an inventory request,
Okay.
where I'll be changing that.
Okay.
I think I can probably get that documentation off their website.
Yeah, it's online.
So I'll get that taken care of.
Okay. Let me know if you
Now, I
need.
did submit December's report with your name on it, as you were the council president during
Right.
December.
And you got everything you needed on those permits, right?
Yes.
Anything else? Okay. Tracy?
Here's these two that they got covered up.
Oh, okay.
And this LLC, we need to find out if we still need to do that.
Carl?
Yeah. Mayor,
Talk to me about Super T LLC.
It's the boring from light to light down there. Does that still need to be done?
Yes. The last poll.
Uh-huh.
Very big.
So it's 2,000 for every pole?
2,800 is what this is.
Who got that quote?
It was here on the table.
We got it last month.
Because we just paid,
2,500.
This is dated 12/11.
I think it was here last month, but it wasn't discussed.
I'll say that's, when I came in tonight's first I seen it.
Okay.
The only question I had is, and I think Traci already got it, is if that company's insurance documents are on file, their liability insurance.
Not if there's. Oh, yeah, I think he did turn them in. Sorry.
And that's for boring from one light to the next.
That's from boring from the corner to the building. I had to dig it out, take concrete out, and get down into it.
He's got to do it or he's already done it.
It's already done.
Well, we already paid that bill.
We already did that
Yeah.
one. This is for the
Oh,
one
this
down
for the other
there.
one?
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about that bill.
Well, this is just a quote.
It's a quote. Do we just need to table it?
I'm gonna table, I'll motion to table the Super T LLC quote for the sum of $2,800 for further review and explanation.
Second.
Motion with a second.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
And we need an explanation of the work done. I see what says it's for boring, but I don't know where they're boring,
Yeah.
what they're boring, why they're boring.
Well, I think it says it's on Sycamore Street down there at the last.
Yeah.
it's
It
at the
says
last pole.
South Sycamore Street.
It's the light that's there in front of, or by the Johnson Oil Company office to the
Right here at
next
the
light
corner.
on south, yes.
That's
So they
it.
get
It's
the wires,
one that got cut.
the wires going to the farthest south light
Mm-hmm.
are not in the next light to the north. They've been pulled out.
But not by us, and that's something that you're trying to figure out. Okay.
No, it's evidently caught.
Yeah, because I have pictures of this one
Okay.
where
So can you submit that and see if you can get us the money and then we can have a special meeting? I mean, obviously it needs to get done. Let's
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
light back, but if we can recoup this money. This is getting to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
By the end of it, we can have a Gaston
remember.
community pool.
what's his name? The guy with Rex and
There's three of them.
the electrician guy.
The
Rex
electrician,
Thomas.
Nick,
Not Rex.
Nick,
he's not
Tim?
one.
Not Nick. It's the other guy.
Tim?
Yes.
That's one that's moving.
Electrical guy with Nick. That's what his name is under my. There's where they ripped it out, the cable.
I'd submit the picture and that.
Yeah.
invoice and
Yeah,
tell them we need
so these are the-
$2,000,
Um,
2,800.
so he sent me explanations and the whole 9 yards. So,
I don't know why they
and
didn't
some of
send-
these pictures won't open up. So,
Okay.
not here anyway.
Okay. Well, we'll let you follow up on that.
I just don't know why
Before we
when they
move
did
forward.
it, they didn't let somebody know.
Because they bored it and they don't know how deep it was.
So they didn't even know they did it.
They probably didn't know they had.
Okay.
Okay. We have a couple of loose payables. One is for the town clerk for mileage in the amount of $73.50.
Make a motion to pay the APV voucher in the sum of $73.50 to Traci Pittenger for 150 miles at 49 cents a mile, subject to audit.
Second.
Motion with a second.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. We've got a payable to Indiana 811 in the amount of $108.30.
I make a motion to pay, Indiana 811 in the amount of $108.30.
Second.
Motion with a second.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Sorry.
Okay, have you got anything else?
Why do you have to pay 811? That's what we call to get the okay to dig.
No,
And they charge us each time there's a dig in the town.
They charge the municipalities.
Okay, they don't charge individuals.
No, they
Yeah.
charge the.
They charge the municipality.
Well, next time, call and tell them your name. You don't say it yet.
you trying to make us break the law?
It doesn't work that way.
That ain't breaking the law. You're talking to yourself.
Councilman, anything else?
I have nothing else.
The only question I had is if there was any concerns, questions, or conversation we need to have over the 1782 notice.
Nope, not this time.
It's already been signed and sent back.
Yes, Gary?
How can somebody
Are we in
sell
public comment?
town
Yes, we
property?
just shifted to public comments, sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
How can they sell town property without nobody knowing about it?
Elaborate.
Dobbs and Ragland sold that fire department for $1.
Because the fire department is not town,
It used to be Gaston, volunteer owned,
but it's been an independent,
since they sold it to them.
it's been independent. It was independent prior to that, Gary.
I have the
Because it was
paperwork. Do you need
because
it?
it was independent when my grandfather was on it.
I have the paperwork. Do you need
They
it?
were
I went and
never they were
researched
never
it.
a town owned department.
The town owned the property, but they were still their own entity.
But volunteers was accepted anytime. Now, you can't, no,
You can't what?
volunteer to help.
Mr. President, that to me would be a question that he'd have for Chief Story,
Yeah,
not the town
That's
council.
a fire department question. They're their own nonprofit. They're their own operating entity separate from the town of Gaston.
I will show
So how
you,
did they Dobbs and then sell it for $1?
They just sort of.
That would have happened prior to my being on this council. So
Well,
I can't answer that question, Gary.
Well,
In all realness, and in all logic, not a single person sitting at this table
I know it wasn't.
can legitimately answer that question.
Mr. President, that
Well,
conversation came up during the fire department meeting, and I gave you all the documents at that time to show you what the previous council did. And if you have any questions with that, you would need to speak to those council members that made those decisions. This council did not make the decision to do the property.
What year was it?
Well, I can't tell because I don't have the documents. I know Dobbs and Ragland was the two that done it, but I can't tell you what year.
I have no idea.
And I got another question.
Yes.
Has the property owner down here contacted anybody about redoing the sidewalk they tore out?
Are you talking about the home down here on the corner of,
Yeah, when
They repaved the driveway, so there's. Go
the
ahead.
sidewalk that came to Sycamore and hooked in with the handicap ramp.
Mr. President, I think I'm aware of what he's talking about.
On my street.
Because I'm not.
Well, and we had this discussion previously. The home that they remodeled down here on the corner, they put a really nice drive in.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my opinion, and it was my opinion with the employees I spoke with. The dilapidated sidewalk that was there
Mm-hmm.
was down in the grass and broken down and all that. I personally, myself, I think the property looks better. Do we need to maybe look at the handicap ramp if it needs fixed? Absolutely, but I don't think that the property owner didn't, in my opinion, did anything damaging to anything, in my opinion.
In the blue home?
Yes,
Oh, that was all grass before.
it was all,
There-
one little bit of
About
concrete
this
was
deep
there.
about this deep there was under it, but it was broken and everything. But what he's wanting to say is, we can't just go letting everybody do that. Because he's like, because when he spoke with me, he's like, so that means we can just go and rip up everything if we make it look better? No, we can't do that.
Well, I can explain to you, and I can use my property as an example. I live at 205 Center Street. The road has never been, it's now widened. We widened with the project so we could help the business owner get semis in and out. But my road has never been the actual size that it's supposed to be. So when I went in to put in a concrete drive, I petitioned the town for a permit, and they come out and they looked at the property, and I said, okay, so I don't want my sidewalk or my drive to stop here, and then I have grass, and then I have road.
Yeah.
I want to take my concrete drive all the way out to the existing road. I was told at that time that I can do that, but if the town needs to tear that up, or the gas company, which they did when Mr. Gillespie moved next door to me, they're not subject to fix it, you know. If they could come in at any time, is what they're saying, and they could, if they want to widen my road to the full extent, or they want to put a sidewalk in, they can come and take that concrete out, and I cannot recoup any costs from the town. So yes, you can do it, but I didn't have a sidewalk there to tear up.
Mhm.
What he's trying to say is they tore up a sidewalk. I'm going to disagree on that property myself because it's a sidewalk that wasn't taken care of.
I mean, it wasn't there.
Well, they let them, you can get by with it. The sidewalk right across the road is still down there and it's still usable.
That's on that side, Gary. It has nothing to do with the other side.
I will say we shouldn't
And
allow
the sidewalk that
people to
went
do that
right there
anymore.
by that
Maybe
house
come to us
runs all the
first.
way
It
across.
looks better.
Gary,
I'm
but we're gonna have
I'm
people
not
coming
disputing
upset.
that. When it's put underground,
But
it's all
there was
right.
no visible concrete. They
There
did not
wasn't
find
any.
that concrete
I
until they
even got on
went
Google
down.
Maps and there was, you couldn't see anything. I just
Yeah.
know it was there, but it was put under the ground.
I think if there would have been a existing sidewalk, even if it was cracked concrete, they probably would have come to the town. But when they looked at the actual property itself, it was grass and mud and there was no visible concrete. I mean,
correct.
we're a 3-member board and you guys can go down there and ask that property owner if they want to pay for it. I will not participate in that behavior
I'm not.
because the town has neglected the sidewalk.
Right. Exactly.
So the town, you tear up a street, you don't have to do nothing. That is town property, not that homeowner.
It's also town property, Mr. Rosenbaum, where you have your trailer.
I know, and I dug it out and put the gravel in there because I was tired of being the only one to mow it.
So you want me to go over and move all your stuff for you?
You want to move, go ahead.
Mr. Berry?
Just a couple things. Our dog guy has a new puppy. I'm sure it's probably not vaccinated or anything. It's running around town now. That's the first thing. Number two, if you're going to do the parks thing, if you're going to head that up, I'll help you out. My schedule's kind of messed up, but I mean, I will help you out the best I can. Number three, as far as the $15,302 goes for the fire department thing, I don't really think, as a taxpayer, I'd rather see that money go somewhere like police department, water department. I just don't think that serves the greater interest of everyone. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money spent.
I did want to also ask them, but I forgot to, like, if they've done anything to try to raise it to, you know.
raise funds. They
Yeah,
had their breakfast.
did they? I didn't know if they've been like standing at the end of the streets and
Yeah.
seeing how much they can get.
Yeah, the
Good.
townships have been helping out a lot too.
And did you say the fire department's like, as of now, it's still a private thing? It's not part of the town?
Yeah, it's never.
Right, it's not a-
Why would we spend taxpayer money from the gas people to pay for it?
Every year, each township, you go ahead.
Please.
They are their own entity. They are contracted with the town of Gaston and both trustees, both townships, Washington and Harrison. They are our main medical provider. So they went to try to get the fire territory and it failed. So when they came back, they met with both of the townships and the town and said, okay, we'll do a cum fund where a percentage of our tax revenue goes to help them. And we raised our contract a little bit. Our contract before was 25,000. If we now pay them 30,000 a year, that's for fire and medical. I don't have it with me, but I can tell you that both townships pay a compatible amount to a little bit less because their revenue coming in on their percentage is lower on their contract, but they bring in a substantially more in their cum fund. I don't want to misquote, but they're well over what we pay in a contract, what they're bringing in cum fund. And then the fire department comes to the entities, whether it be the townships or us, and they ask us to use that money to purchase equipment. So we would purchase that equipment out of a cum fund that is set up for the fire department itself. That was passed by both the town and both townships. But our issue is our cum fund, like she stated, is so much lower because of the percentage that we have. And she said our first one was going to be 2,000. I thought it was going to be around 6. So we'll bring in 2,000 of our tax revenue into that this year. And then you said 2 something next year, and then
It's
6.
2,168 this year, 3,557 next year, and then 6,800 the next year.
So all that money that's come in through the tax revenue is to go to buy their equipment. So then they come to either the entities, like I told you, what the township purchased, or the town, and they ask us to help them. Public safety to me is very important, police and fire.
Oh, I agree with you. I think they do
Medical.
a great job. They're all over the place. I'm just saying for that kind of equipment, for the small percentage that it may be needed, and it might sound insensitive, but I'm just saying go for something.
Well, that equipment is not just, here's how I look at it, and we bought 2 pieces of very life-saving equipment for them. It's not just for the 600-pound person.
It's outdated.
It's the fact that they're lifting that up. And I hate to say this, but there's going to be times that the manpower is low. And I don't think they need to be lifting it by themselves. Do I think the cost of it's high? Absolutely. The cost of all equipment, you heard the gentleman say, is over $40,000.
Yeah, I mean,
When municipalities go to buy things or do projects, whether it's streets, it's always triple what you, the consumer, can get. But I like that if the trustees say, hey, they're willing to help get this, and I want to respect them and their profession, just as I do Carl, that they know more about their needs than I do, you know. So if they know they're only going to get so much a year, and if they prioritize that that's what they want, then I'm going to try to help them to make sure that the medical needs in this community are taken care of. That's my top priority, public safety.
I agree with you on that. I just,
And they don't ask.
Yeah, and we're not, and that's why I'm going to reach out to Washington Township to see what they're willing to contribute, so that we're not footing that full bill. We're trying to figure out how we can spread that 15,000 to across the other townships as well as us.
Well, what's the difference in a lift gate for a truck? Because they don't cost nowhere near that much.
Well, they can't buy, like, so their boots, they can't just go and get boots. And everything they buy has to come from certain places for the code, their codes and stuff. So like our boots might be the same exact boot, but it's $800 because of where they bought it from.
like the military.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of those where it's gotta be healthcare providers.
Yeah.
And they don't come to us all the time asking for stuff. They came to us for 2 things last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
The
expensive,
last 2
but
years.
yeah, it's not like they're always coming to us.
They
asking
come
for
to us normally once a year to help them. And I'm not sure how the new law that's coming into place is going to affect volunteer fire and EMS services, but I can tell you that my family's been in a situation before we had medical here, or had the coverage that we have now, that I had to wait on Eaton, Indiana for my little boy that was bleeding from the back of his head. And I don't ever want any family to go through what I
I
went through.
definitely want them here. Like I said, they do a great job. They're all
Yeah.
over the place. I just said,
No, you're-
for that piece of equipment is
Yeah.
what I'm talking.
Yeah.
Have any other comments? Okay. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Entertain a motion to adjourn. I will motion to adjourn at 7:46 PM.
Second.
Motion with a second.
Tina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
You on?
I believe.
You on?
Yeah.